I wanted to talk a little bit about some problems that we're having in class, and we have had in almost every class 3 to 4 people break their pieces, and I'm making guesses as to what is the problem. The really important thing is as the clay gets drier and drier, it gets more and more fragile, and you have to be very careful with stuff that as it's moving from leather hard to bone dry. I don't want you to get to bone dry because bone dry is so fragile, and as we move things around, your piece can break. And so I want you to travel with your pieces to school in the car at leather hard stage. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to take a piece. Let's pretend that this is your piece and you're finished with it, okay? Here's how I want you to store it. This piece is finished and is leather hard right now, and I don't want it to move out of that stage. I also don't need to re-wet it. So on this one, all I'm doing is I'm taking I like these thin grocery bags because they move. They're very flexible, and it allows me to put the piece inside the grocery bag and take all this extra and wrap it, and I'm gonna throw the extra down inside the piece. That takes all the air out of the piece. I want that air to be gone, okay? If you want, you could come back and check it in a week. Is it still looking good? Then do it again and wrap it the exact same way that you did it. Check it in 2 weeks and see if it's good. Soon we'll be bringing these pieces to school and we'll be firing them, and you won't have to worry about keeping them leather hard. Now, this piece, however, you can see this handle. It has nothing around it. Just air all the way around. So that is the piece that's going to dry the soonest, as opposed to down here where there's a bottom connected and more clay is right in here, so it will stay wet for longer. This piece is starting to get fragile. So what I need to do is my steps from earlier. I have wow, I don't really think I like that towel. This one's a little bit thinner, okay? On this one, this is an old shirt, and it's wet. It's too wet. So I am going to wring it out. I am going to lay my piece out, and then I'm going to set the clay piece in the middle, and I'm going to drape this as evenly as I can around it, especially around that handle. I'm going to have to be extremely careful. So a lot of it is already down and inside. I'm going to take this part and cover the handle, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with my plastic bag. Open it up nicely, stick it down inside, and try and push all that air out, being extremely careful around that handle. Now, because the handle is there, I can't shove it all down like I want to, but what I'm trying to do is trap the clay between the wet towel on both sides and the plastic bag. The plastic bag stops the clay, the towel water, the water in the towel from evaporating, and that's what we want. We want it to slowly move back into the piece. Remember that whenever you pick up a piece, don't hold by the fragile tip top of it. Don't hold by the handle. It's not strong yet. You need to pick it up from the bottom and with 2 hands. That's how you safely carry a piece. If your piece is really bone dry, you may have to do it twice. You may have to wrap it with a wet towel, check it in 12 hours, and then do it one more time, and hopefully by that time you will have brought the piece back to leather hard, maybe even to the moist stage, if you still need to work on it. If it's brought back just to leather hard and you're finished with it, then you don't need to take it back to moist, and you're good to go.